The ceiling fans? They're very attractive. The ceiling fans? They're very attractive.
Coming soon to wherever your Teleyes Vision plays your programming. It's the new series called Yellowstone. Episode Trace, Return of the Sith. It's a story of a family. It's a very corrupt family with a son and his sort of dimensioned father and his evil twin sister. And then there's also, I guess now, a grandson's involved and a chef and that guy that nobody wants to admit they're friends with but go to his parties and islands. And it's the father says, I'm going to put you in jail. And the son says, oh yeah, well, I'm going to put your grandson in jail. And meanwhile, the sister says, is no one still going to put me in jail? The one guy that did go to jail, well, I don't know what happened to him. It's very confusing. And now there's another brother involved, sister, or brother and sister involved, and no one's going to jail. Very soon. But not yet. But the thing is, none of them really know that they're all just puppets to the real master. No, the real master. And so, they all play their parts. Who will win? Well, he doesn't know. Coming soon to your Teleyes Vision, Yellowstone. Episode Trace, Return of the Sith.
Satellite tracking continues.
Information's out there. All you have to do is let it in.
The Incredible Hulk will not be presented this evening.
You're all individuals!
Clickety-click.
Crank up the music. Keep an eye on the back.
This presentation is provided to you to amuse or entertain and not to conform or inform. The content on this channel should not be used to replace professional, financial, medical, or legal advice. All footage taken and used from public sources falls under the fair use of the Digital Millennial Copyright Act of 1998. Therefore, no breach of privacy or copyright has been committed. This show is substantially sourced, not affiliated with any community, club, fraternity, or gang. Your cat may vary. I say, moo.
met a man who invented a thought-controlled air freshener. I know it sounds weird, but it makes sense when you think about it.
Satellite tracking continues.
Hey, wow, everyone. Wow. I was just laughing. I was like, God, I have a very bizarre life as I come on this Friday night show to entertain people that I've never met and most likely I'll never meet. But God bless you all for being here. Wow, wow, and wow. It's wonderful to have you all show up again. We made it. We're on the right side of the grass. So pat yourself on the back about that accomplishment. Well, I find the button that connects us visually.
Clickety click.
It's that one. Hey, everybody. Good to be seen by you all once again. Friday night, we did it again. And so, yeah, I barely got here. I had errands to run and the traffic was bad and people were running late. And next thing I know, I'm like, I was hoping I'd get here on time. I did, of course, obviously, and had to put all this stuff up to get the magic going. And so we're here, and I'm here, and you're all here, and you're filling in the room. And yes, I don't think Melanie's here yet, so you're technically not late. So just saying. Wow. Well, we started off. Thank you, Mac. And yes, praise King Jesus. Absolutely. Thank you, Mac TV, for being a member for 2 months. Just wonderful. I appreciate all the love and support that I get. And I think, let's see, who else just rolled in here? Cellini, I think that's how you say it. Yeah, exactly. Wow, Mike Jones. All right. And then let's see. I'm checking the pad out. Patty G's here. Okay. All right. So no one's technically late yet that I can see. And Juan Truth is running from the Moai as usual. And let's see. You can't, what is this? I can't remember what even, before the baby. Oh, I got some scruff. I got some manly scruff. Don't you think? Yeah. Maybe you can't see it through the camera as well. But yeah, I get that because I didn't get to shave before the show. So I do like to look presentable. But yeah, what is this? We need to be right thinking. Oh, well, hey, I don't know. You have to explain to me if I'm doing it right. But thank you for that encouragement. And so, and Kimo Sabi. And what else? So we got everybody, and there goes Mac again. God bless you. So now we got new members, and all that is very helpful. I do appreciate it. Thank you. God bless you, Mac. Okay. Did I miss anybody? I think I got everybody that I didn't get during the opening. So, and I'm the man. Thank you, Captain Superman. And I'll put this on the screen anytime. And Patty G says I look good. I look good. So that looks good. I look good. I looks good. So yeah. And yeah, I don't think you're tardy quite yet. I haven't officially started the show. Now, there's other versions of tardy, as we all know, but you're not late. So okay. Now, see, you got in just before. Now she's here. Now we're done. Okay. So from here on out, it's like the official start of the show. Okay. So she just showed up. Yeah. And okay. Well, it's right here. So I'm going to read this. Bruce, Jesse, everyone prayed for your cat, Sammy, but she passed. So, or he. And so, yeah, we're all sorry to hear that. Losing a loved one, even a cat or a dog, it's yeah, sometimes unbearable. So may God give you peace in your family, that you get through this and make I don't know what to say. I'm not really good at animal prayers, but may your animal find the peace that it was looking for, and may your whole family find peace in Jesus' name. Amen. I'll try to do a better prayer at the end. I apologize, Bruce. So it kind of took me off guard. I'm a handsome devil. Oh, nice. Okay. All right. Let's see. What else we got? Yes, it's the beginning of my new glorious beard. And if you watch that video I have, I had a crazy one when I was first starting out. I think it was around 2020 when I was doing walkabout videos and stuff. So maybe if I'll play that later. But speaking of animals, I do have a new video. So maybe this will help a little bit, Bruce. It took me forever to force my cat, Sarah, to karate fight with me. So hopefully Ryan shows up tonight. And I have a short little video of things we do around here on the farm. And Sarah's in the end of this one. So we have that to look forward to. And so, yes. All right. Let's see. My beard defied gravity. Yes, exactly. All right. Oh, and we got more people rolling in on Rumble. Hi, Kay Maloney. I see you over there. So, okay. Where are we at here? Okay. You want to see? I have like a ridiculous amount of tabs. There's so much to talk about in the quote real world of all the nonsense going. That's all over. Each day there was more and more things that were happening. So I was like pinning more tabs. And so I have plenty, I'm sure, to do a show, even though I don't have a guest tonight. But let's start screen sharing so I can get rid of some of these tabs and go from there. Sound good? Okay. So officially at this point, I think you just squeaked in, Douglas. So you're not tardy yet. But from here on out, we're screen sharing, and they will be tardy. And as far as a PG show, I think so. It's hard to tell. Most of the time I try to keep it PG, but someone asked about that. So, but yeah, I'll give it my best shot. Okay. What are we doing? Oh, we're screen sharing here. Clickety click here. It threw me off because I was racing to get everything started right before the show. So I gotta have to calm down and let's do this. Okay. Look at the ridiculous amount of tabs. It's ridiculous. It's just, I've never seen a show that does this ridiculousness. Okay. First of all, I did want to mention this gentleman I'd never heard of before. His name is King Nico. He was told to me by 16 Alpha, who's in the chats usually. And this gentleman, he has a show on YouTube. Obviously, it's called King Nico. And what he did, this wonderful thing,
so I'm going to start off
was last week
with a channel.
Oh, he played a commercial. That's what he did. All right. Hang on, let me get rid of this. You don't have to deal with that. All right. We'll get rid of the commercial. And now we're back. Right? Yes. Skip. Okay. So here's what he did. He started his show out. It was just a few days ago whenever he went on air.
From a channel called Ceiling
And he
Fan
posted my
Man.
channel. And he posted my video
Thank
when
you
I
for
went
this
to
video,
Antarctica.
Ceiling Fan Man.
So I thought that was really special. And I got a lot of new subs from this, and I hope that they are seeing other things I do and enjoy it. But if you haven't seen this, it's actually on my channel. It's my trip to Antarctica and how I fared there. And so I wanted to give a shout out back to this gentleman, King Nico. He's been doing, so that's a bad picture there. Stop that there. And he's been doing this for a while, and he's got more subscribers than me. And it was really nice to see being promoted by a fellow YouTuber that not only believes in a lot of the things I think I believe in, but he does know the truth through Jesus. And so that's really important in these times that we find ourselves in, to associate ourselves and find other followers of Christ so we can spread this gospel, because that's a good part of this show, even if I do a lot of other things along the way. Okay, so thank you again, King Nico. And hopefully I'll have him on the show to interview, because I think he'd be a pretty interesting interview, but we'll see. So, and you know, if you watched my Antarctica video, I have to say some people were saying that it was sus, it looked fake. You know, of course, I said it because it looks so fake, it has to be real. But I still got called out that people were thinking I actually didn't go. And then this came across, you know, it's funny how these things come across your feed. And this is in the show Dawson's Creek. I'd put the volume on, but it's just a song. I'll get a copyright. But they had even a less of a budget, if that's even possible, because my budget was basically zero. And their snow, look at their snow. Is that great? It's like no one cared. They'll never notice. So, yeah. So how dare you say that mine was fake? This you can tell is fake. But although it looks so fake, maybe it has to be real. Isn't that how it goes? So we'll see. But yeah, but apparently some people in the chat already are snowed in. So, you know, I hope everything's well out there. Try to stay safe, as they say. I don't know what else to say on that, but stay off the roads unless you have to. Follow the government's guidelines, right? That's what we're supposed to say on YouTube. What's next? This, I can't play the music. It's the Lion Sleeps Tonight, but I thought this was really funny. So this guy, he's videoing himself on a boat, right? And he's got this gal single skiing behind her. I don't know what you call it, just water skiing. And he asked, does she want a drink? And she says, sure, why not? What could possibly go wrong? And so he opens it up and he's all laughing and smiling because he's got this all handled. And then let's see, maybe I make this larger, you can see it. There you go. And then he walks back there to hand her the drink. And oops, he goes into the drink. And then she's like, oh Christ, I'm on a boat with no driver. So she dumps. So now I don't even know what happens. These videos drive me crazy because they just end. And so, like, does the boat wash up on shore? I mean, like a water ski, if you fall off, the things are made to stop. But a boat is a boat. He might need a bigger boat. Who knows? But yeah, I thought that was something else. So is that how 2025 is starting so far? Seems like it in the news, anyways. Let's see. And you got people that are dealing with snow back east, and where my family, a lot of them still lives in California, and everyone's saying like it looks apocalyptic and stuff, and it's pretty creepy what's going on out there. We'll cover a lot of this tonight, at least some of it. But yeah, and I want to show you this because this is a live or not live at the time they shot it, video of what it looks like in LA. And I want you to remember this because I want to show you something that's real tripping me out. I've got some pictures to show you about this. So remember this scene. Okay, what's next? Let's get rid of that tab. And then of course, I don't know if you're new to me or not, but there's a well, here, let me stop this for a second. There is a live stream I did with a gentleman that passed away. His name was Jamie Lee. And I was blessed to get his last interview on YouTube before before he passed, and he knew more about these fires than I think probably anyone still at this point. He had so much research on it, and it's on my channel if you want to check it out. And man, I would just love if he was still alive to pick his brain about what's going on now in California. And yeah, I don't know why I can't find it. It wasn't that long ago, I thought, but maybe it was. So I'll look for it and I'll put it in the chat. No, it's not there. Okay, how about this? We'll switch over to this. Clickety click and see if that does it. Okay, so we'll go down. Let's see. Jamie Lee. Huh. Oh, you know what? I think because I re-premiered it, I think maybe it took it off of live and turned it into a video. That could be it. Yep, there it is. Okay. So if you're looking for it on my channel, what you'll need to do, clickety click. Oh, I guess I should put that in the chat while I'm sitting there in front of you all. Let's see, copy. Okay, so go back over here. We'll go back in here and I'll put it here, and that's it. And I'll throw it over on Rumble too, in case I got people over there looking for it. And if anybody is over on Rockfin, which I usually get a few people over there, it's in there. So that was that is the video that I did with him. And let's see, clickety click, here, 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 and here it is. And that's him, Jamie, and really fascinating man to talk to. I mean, look how fascinated I look. See, but yeah, we had a good time, and he went over Paradise, California. He went over the we were talking about Maui at the time. And if I could find it on here, there was a thing that he showed me. Oh, here it is. Because, they talk about dew weapons, And so he had Mountain Dew, and he was showing that they actually came out. Let's see if it's right here. They came out with all these different flavors.
Got a video of a bird on a wire.
Let's see if I can find it. It's on here somewhere. I probably can't find it live. But they had all these different things like Maui Burst, some other weird names for Mountain Dew. And oh, here's one. Let's see. Yeah, Baja Blast, because remember they had that thing go through there. And I don't know, you had Maui Burst, I think was another one. But you'll find it in here if you look for it. It's quite interesting. But in any case, he's not here to talk to us about it, so you'll have to settle for me. And so once again, like in the other fires that we've been seeing recently, you get cars that like the metal is melted on the outside and then formed into like a river. And but then when you look on the inside of these cars, there's vinyl, there's plastic, there's all kinds of stuff. Like they're torched, but yet it's just some sussy stuff going on. And then we get to, of course, the whole conversation once again about the trees, where you'll see entire neighborhoods burnt to the ground, but the trees are fine, at least most of them. Yeah, so you can see, like inside the car, there's still plastic bags and stuff with grocery. Like, how did these bags, like this stuff, burns if you sneeze on them almost? You know what I mean? Like a match could burn that stuff up. But yet the intense heat that happened to this car and nothing inside. That's really odd. Same with that's the same one, I guess, closer up. But he has a few others in there. Like this one. Look at all the inside's fine. So so they're comparing to what happened in these other cities, the same thing that happened in California. And here you go. Here's your Maui, there's your Paradise, and there's LA. And I like how, ever since Elon has taken over, they keep telling you that the internet is fine, but then they keep coming out like, didn't Zuckerberg just come out recently and say he's no longer going to like censor people. So admitting that they were. And then, this guy, he puts in this, it's not fact checkers. It's called readers added context. And I believe it's AI. I mean, in my heart, that's what it feels like. It always touches to wiki. But they're saying the reason that trees don't burn and these houses, the cement and everything right to the ground, nothing's left because the water in the tree, there's 50% water in a tree. That's what they say. There's no conspiracy. The poster does not understand trees. Okay. I guess I don't either because this seems sus to me. But what do I know? I'm not the YouTuber you might, or the researcher you might have wanted. I'm the one that you deserve. Isn't that how Batman works? And that cup of coffee is gross. So I think I can do this. And we'll go to here. There we go. No, I'm good. I needed to empty that and didn't want to drink all that cold coffee. It's kind of gross. There. Okay. So yeah. So interesting. Wild times we find ourselves in. And then there's this, our old favorite Schwab.
And they came up with this incredible document where they actually said we need a new justification for this all-powerful state. So the new excuse is going to be because the environment is going to be harmed and because climate is going to hurt us.
Wait, what? I could not believe what I just heard. Did world leaders really lay out this globalist plan in plain English in a physical book way back in 1991? I went on Amazon, and there it was.
And you can, look it up and you can order it if you want to.
The first global revolution, which states, and I quote, "In searching for a common enemy to unite us, we came up with the idea that pollution, the threat of global warming, water shortages, famine, and the like would fit the bill. And therefore, the real enemy is humanity itself."
That's interesting. Now, I didn't say it, YouTube. I'm just watching what they're talking about, this book that these guys wrote. So, yeah, I'm sure it's just a coincidence. Don't even put anything together. It's a completely separate subject. Yes. And then, of course, you've got the scientists are warning that soon, if these conditions continue, it may affect more locations that the government wants to purchase at a discounted price. I don't know. Maybe. Sounds plausible, but what do I know? Again, I just report on the quote news that comes across my desk. But yeah, if we thought Maui was like prime location money and stuff, the Malibu burnt down in areas of Hollywood and Sunset and stuff. Really expensive areas that now everyone they've been talking about the stars that are out there, right? But it's the people that aren't famous, that don't have a ton of money, that have that house in Hollywood, they probably live there, their families live there their whole life. A lot of California houses, it happens out here in Washington too. They just get like handed down because nobody can afford to go in there and buy them unless they're, multi-millionaires. And then they're not going to want to live in the leylands. They're going to want a water view or a mountain view. Well, all the homes got burnt out there. And so as they go on talking about all the Hollywood idols and what they've lost, which, they could obviously replace very easily. We got to remember that there's real people in this path of this thing that have lost everything. And what's interesting is I think I have it in a tab, even we'll keep going through tabs. What's interesting is what happened over in North Carolina. And they got $750 as a loan that they have to pay back. Meanwhile, California is getting I think they took it away from Ukraine and they're giving them like a package of $1 billion or something. And I wonder where that money goes. Probably just all the big name stars again. Meanwhile, on a completely unrelated note, there is a direct energy weapon.
The airborne laser.
With an airborne
also
laser.
known as the ABL. Just mounting the ABL requires one of the most sophisticated and elaborate modifications in history. The entire nose section is removed.
So I think we have to. It sounds like that guy from Star Trek. So it's probably History Channel or something. But yeah, and this is a true thing. And again, you can look this up. But of course, they're only going to use it on the enemy, right? They'd never use it. They'd never use it here on their own people. That'd be just crazy theory. What are you talking about? We're only going to use it on our enemy. Now, according to that last thing we just read, the enemy is us, humanity. So I don't know, but they even tell you they have this. So, okay, what's next? And have you seen this? Just like, I think it was the Maui fires. No, it wasn't that. It was, there's so many now, I can't remember. I think it was another California fire they had. All of these fires started instantaneously at the same time. So there's that. So that's kind of coincidence. So, yeah, Paradise. Thank you. Yeah, same thing there. Yeah. If Jamie was here, he would have told me right away. So there's that. Just another coincidence. And then this is the new DEI hire over at the fire department, dumping stuff from the helicopter. It's going to dump on this fire right here. Or maybe not. No, we're just going to dump on the fireman and the fire truck. And they said that not only did they ground a lot of planes, they ran out of water because they didn't fill up the reservoirs. What about that guy? I don't think you see him again. Oh, he did come out of that. But what the heck are they putting on him? I mean, go take a shower. So, yeah. So, the DE hires are working out great. And, yeah, they said they ran out of water because they take the runoff from all the rains they had and they just send it to the ocean rather than like filling their reservoirs and stuff. I mean, these are the stories they tell us. So, yeah. And then another weird thing happened. This lady was reporting that after they evacuated because of the fire, the winds. Now, here's the other thing. They're having winds at some places 100 miles an hour gusts, but 60 to 70 miles an hour. And we had those when I lived in California. We'd get those sometimes, not all the time, in the summer, and they call them the Santa Ana winds. We've never in history that I've ever known had those kind of winds in winter in California, or these fires. You know, when they slowly inserted they called fire season, it was in the summer, not in the winter. I mean, they said we had 4 seasons. We had, let's see, what was it? We had flooding. We had fire. I forget. There's 2 others. Earthquakes. And there's one other season. But yeah, we didn't have this stuff in the winter. So this lady was reporting that as she's fleeing she calls it the, right, Jen Chapu, if you're here. So yeah, isn't that something? So that's happening out there. Okay. Since I did call you tardy, we just got someone came in tardy. I just know it.
I don't feel tardy.
And you probably got the double echo with that one, so that covers anybody I missed. So, what's this? Oh, and if you don't know who this is, you should Google search him. Stuart Resnick, and I think his wife is Linda. And who are they? They own, I think they say 70%, but I've heard up to like 90% of all the water in that area of California. So isn't that interesting? He actually had the Franklin Mint at one time and sold that, I guess. But yeah, he is boy here. He's from a family, and they moved to California, and he graduated with a bullshit degree from the University of Los Angeles. And so he started a janitorial business and went up from there and did all these things, including owning, Fiji Water and all this. And he basically owns most of the water. Let's see, he has like 500 billion gallons. I don't know. He owns all the water in California, they say. And so, and he's been on the chopping block before. People pissed at him because of water shortages and stuff going on out there. So, and it was actually, I think he's kind of representative. This is going way back. Anybody remembers that movie Chinatown with Frozen Jack Nicholson and Faye Dunaway? And they made us in the college I went to. We were forced to watch certain movies, and we had to watch that one. It's supposed to be this wonderful movie. That's all right. But in any case, they had a character in there that was this guy, basically. He's the water mogul of California back then. So, yeah. Okay. Oh, hey, Beverly's here. Hey, Beverly. So, I did a show with Melanie and Beverly. Let's stop this. This is for Beverly and anyone else that just got here.
I don't feel dirty. I don't feel dirty.
That covers Mojo Shop and, of course, Voy, because he did sneak in after we had started. So, I don't know if it's one of my nephews. Just saying. I just thought that was interesting. They have to throw that in the article, don't they, Voy? Just so funny. So, yeah. Okay. Hey, Beverly. All right, let's see. Where are we at? What else? Did I miss anything else in there? Okay. Let's see. And yeah, that goes for you too, Setnig. I think you're tardy too. Okay. And yeah, Johnny's usually in charge of detention. Johnny and Melanie, they're usually in detention. Okay. Let's see. Let's go back to this. Some more coffee. Where were you? I just spent 10 minutes saying I'm not saying hi to her again. She's got enough airtime. Thank you very much. My wife doesn't even listen to the show. And Ryan, if you're out there, I'm going to have Sarah later on the show. So someone get a hold of Ryan. Okay. And then they throw this stuff at us, where the gal that's like telling us what's going on, she's wearing an upside down cross. They just like put it in your face in case anyone's watching, It's and then of course you get the reader's added context. It's the Saint Basilica cross or something. Let's see. Saint Peter. No, he was crucified upside down. They call it something. But in any case, I don't care what you want to tell me about it. It's still, to me, it is an antichrist symbol to me, because you wouldn't do that if you were a true believer. You just can't. You can't do that. You can't throw up the gang signs. You can't blaspheme God or Jesus, not because you're afraid like a lightning bolt is going to hit you, but once you've had this change that happens in us, anybody that's found this, you just don't do it. Because you feel bad. You're your own worst enemy. Like, you try to do anything that's questionable, and you get this thought in your head, like, you really think you should do that? And it's not even necessarily coming from God. It comes from yourself at this point. We have to reevaluate everything we do now as we're doing it. And it sharpens us. It gets us closer to that perfect walk with God, if it's possible. I mean, Abraham had it. I don't know if I could ever get to that stage, but I'm striving to get closer. And I'll tell you, I don't care whose cross this is supposed to symbolize. If it's an upside down cross, I ain't doing it. End of story. So there's that. Because I know the enemy is very sneaky. It's not just overtly demonic, satanic people. It's this controlled opposition that snakes its way into all these different channels and stuff. We'll cover some of that again tonight. You can't avoid it. But if you saw my thumbnail, I see you, because they're all of them. You can see they're all part of the same group. They do the same gang signs and let you know. So, all right. And then every single time, BBC zooms in on a fireman, and what do they get? Russian vids, are you watching? 33. So I gotta hopefully we'll have another conversation with him. He's a fascinating man too. Okay, but yeah, so there you go. It's more gang signs. It's more to let you know what you're watching is on purpose. There's no accidents happening here in my mind. So, and I don't think you could find a better, at least not more than this right now, a better piece of and this is at Sky News, so I don't know if I can play it, but they spot Gavin Newsom trying to get into his car, and they start asking him questions about what he's going to do, and he literally tells the woman,
I'm literally talking to the president right now.
okay, he said he used the word literally. I'm literally talking to the president right now because he didn't have time to talk to her. But then as you go through the interview,
Specifically,
as you go through the interview, let's see. She asked to talk to the president. Can I talk to him?
Hear your call because I don't believe it.
I'm sorry. There's literally, I've tried 5 times. That's why I'm walking around to make the call.
So now he went from I'm literally talking to the president, and she said, "Can I talk to the president because I don't believe you?" And then he says, "I've tried 5 times. He's not picking up because I can't get reception." Like, that's the thing. When liars are caught in a lie, they start spiraling. It's like when a child and you confront him, did you eat the cookie? And then he has all these different excuses, or dog ate my homework kind of thing. It's like they won't fess up even when they're caught in a lie, like other people that we've been watching lately. And so he tells this woman he can't talk to her because he's literally talking to the president. I see you, Mesa Melt, what he's literally. Can't say that on YouTube. But and then he realizes he's caught in a lie because she wants to talk to him. And he says he's actually tried 5 times. He can't get a signal. And then eventually he says, I'm going to have to go and think about all the things you said, and I promise to do it. And she keeps asking him, what about this guy? What about that guy? And nothing. And he gets in the car, and they push her out of the way, and she's out. He's out. So here, in case somebody wants to watch that. Because like I said, that they're getting real popular, that the Aussie news out here for some reason. Good eye. And so I don't know. A lot of news companies are funny when it comes to using their footage. In fact, I'm going to cover that other ridiculous theater that went down. What do you call it? Where the Carter died. And you can't find that on the internet that isn't one of I'm down there. That isn't one of the mainstream news, like NBC or Fox or AP News. And so I just took a bunch of screenshots. Rethink just got here. Yeah, you're gonna need a hall pass. Yeah, it's that funny. Can't you see I'm talking to the president? Hello. There's no one on the phone. He's just pretending, and then he got caught in it. It's fascinating that, and I can ask. I've asked so many people. Same thing with the governor we have here. I haven't found a single person said they voted for them. I haven't found anybody that voted for Inslee out here. I haven't found anybody that lived out there that said they voted for Newsom. I mean, if you listen to my channel long enough, you'll see my way of thinking is if you are at least say the governor level and up, you're anointed, you're appointed. Nobody votes you in. They decide who goes in there, right? I mean, my God, Arnold Schwarzenegger was a governor. Who's that? The wrestler? Jesse Ventura. Wasn't he a governor? They're all actors. They all have IMDb pages, right? So, yeah, it's a TV show. It's like watching, I don't know, what was it, Dallas, or what was it, some of these Melrose Place. It's all it is. It's all it is. So, okay. So what are we doing here? Let's see. All right. Let's see. Yeah, exactly. They all do the signs too. They all do. Yeah. Oh, Jesse's in the Baja. Oh God. All right. See what happens there. Okay. Let's see. So I think on a local level, I think you can make changes, your city governments and stuff. But then again, the governments out here, some of the city governments, same people have been in there for 20, 30 years. So I don't know. I don't know if any of it, but all you can do is this. You can work on yourself. You can work on the immediate area and your family and your friends and maybe your community. That's maybe as far as your reach goes. I mean, I feel like I have a little bit more reach because of this silliness I do here. But even that, I'm still talking to a small percentage of people. So there's nothing you can do about the wars in Ukraine or in Russia or Israel. You can't do anything about them. What can you do? Send them money and it never gets there. Go there yourself, I guess, if you can get away. So instead, you can't fixate on it. If you're concerned about that, I say pray, of course, because the power of prayer is huge. And that's another thing they teach you. It means nothing. Thoughts and prayers stupid. No, it's the exact opposite. If this is a spiritual war and we can get God involved with it through prayer, why wouldn't you? Because again, you're not going to be able to do anything else. We're going to pound out something on Facebook or on a YouTube comment or whatever. It goes, or next door, that neighborhood thing where it's just a bunch of people fighting with each other. They can fight over anything on that app. It's crazy. And that's all it is. That's all you're going to do. It's like going out and protesting with a sign. It's not going to affect change because no matter which side is in, left or right, donkey or elephant, blue or red, it doesn't matter because the agenda is being pushed regardless of who's in office or who's in Congress. It goes through anyways. And it's fascinating because now the new ones that we got in there, of course, everybody thinks Trump is, he's, the second coming and stuff. I don't, but man, there was a time I believed that he was really there for us. But I know now they all work together. I can prove it too. Here, you want to see? And we're back. Huh? Oh, yeah. Well, at least I didn't look too stupid. I mean, I'd hate to be caught in a freeze frame like, So, but yeah, I got to get rid of some of these tabs and maybe stop talking less about the Freemason controllers that run the world that we live in. Or maybe I need to talk more about them. Okay. Yeah, let's start there. Let's see. Wait, do we have any more tabs of the regular news? Let me see. We got the Newsom one. Oh yeah, let me kill these really fast too, and then we'll go into that. Who these people are? Who are these people? So just coincidentally, another city that burnt down is they're talking about making LA a smart city in 3 years in time for the Olympics that are coming in. So, wow, I guess what was it that Hillary said one time about don't some kind of disaster, you might as well use it to your advantage or something like that. And so yeah, so what a quinky dink. Once again, another coincidence that LA basically is going to get rebuilt into a smart city since they burnt it to the ground. So and I've got, thank you, Melanie. That's very sweet of you. God bless you. Okay. And did JC just get here? Or are they just talking about him? I'm not sure. Let's see. So the smart city thing, we're good there. And by the way, this just happened. I think it was, this morning. Did you all know this? There's how to get rid of the sound? There it is. The Bronx is on fire. So They're burning the country down at both ends. But I didn't know about this one until, well, I guess it just happened this morning. But yeah. So that's happening over in New York, the Bronx. Here's an aerial view of it. Look at that. That's nuts. The fact that they even have these ladders that go up that high is pretty wild. So they got plenty of water. California ran out of water, of course. So they say. Okay. So here, let's stop this for a second. Because we're going to talk about these people. So, well, I guess let's finish this one up. We'll get rid of this. And then we'll bring this up. Let's see. I'll click on that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Oh, got to get rid of this. Okay. Okay. All right. I know the Bronx, right? The Bronx. You're going to have more melted bricks? Yeah, I see what you did there. So, and well, look at that. The man, the myth, the legend, the melted cool. Johnny Cool Melt. His name keeps getting changed. Thank you, Johnny. God bless you. So yeah, both sides of the coast on fire. And okay, so where are we at here? Yeah, it was empty. Isn't that something? Yeah. Okay. We were gonna finish up this. So the other thing that happened before all the fires went crazy, and we'll talk more about that. I think there's more stuff in here. Was they gave out the Presidential Medal of Freedom, which I don't know if you all knew about that. But the reason this one was like ridiculous was, well, first of all, they gave it to Hillary. So there's the video of it. And then that helped her become her Super Saiyan self. I don't know who creates these things, but that's fantastic. I know AI is very demonic, so they could easily make they could easily do that. Did Biden smell her hair? I do believe he did. Yeah, God. All right, that's enough of that. I can't stand having it on my page. All right, and if you want that, I'll throw that in the chat. Okay, just because it's because it's available. So there you go. I don't know what I was trying to say. So there it goes. And where's my Rumble peeps? Yeah, the handsome guy over on Rumble. Okay, and he looks very intelligent too. And then lastly, over there on Rockfin, if there anyone there, there's a few people there. Denver's over there, and Bono's. I know. Wait. You're speeding ahead there, Denver. Away, Denver. So the list was something else. So as he said, Skeletor received one. No, that's a joke. That was a Babylon Bee. But what isn't a joke is Soros. George Soros received his. So there's him receiving his. So if you're keeping score, it was Hillary Clinton, George Soros, and Skeletor. But the actual list, so you got Jose Andres. No one actually knows because he's a cook, a Spanish American. I don't know. I'm not familiar with him. But here you go, Bono, however you say it. So that's the guy that he started this whole campaign about getting money for AIDS and stuff. And then he took 98 cents of every dollar that was gifted. So there's that guy. And he's also, his name shows up in a lot of trafficking conversations, I guess we should say. And then I'm not sure who this guy is, but he was already dead. But there you go. You got Clinton got one. Bono got one. It's funny. Michael J. Fox got one. And everyone says, oh, but we love Michael J. Fox. So we're okay with him getting one, which, hey, I got nothing bad to say about him. It's just, I think it's funny that like everyone just fixates on him and doesn't say anything about these other people getting them. Tim Gill, Jane Goodall. Okay, I don't know. Mandela people, I thought she died. Isn't that the monkey doctor? But she's apparently not dead because they put a award on her. It'd be really gross if they brought her out if she was dead. But she doesn't say posthumous like Fannie Lou Hammer. I don't know. Am I thinking of the wrong monkey woman? Maybe there's two. So Irvin Magic Johnson, which is, always been hilarious because he's like the poster child for the illness that you got from using his Magic Johnson. And just like that guy, oh shoot, who's the most smartest man in the world in the wheelchair? Stephen Hawking's. Just like that guy that lived like a ridiculous age with that illness that no one ever had done before or after. Irvin Magic Johnson, he's the first person, a big celebrity really that we knew of that had it. And my God, he's going to live to his 90s too, probably, right? So Patty says, you remember that other gal dying? Yeah. Anybody else? Was that just me and Patty, I guess? But yeah. And no, he didn't give Hunter a medal. He gave him a pardon. Where's that deserves a rim shot. Where is it? There. So then, of course, you got a Kennedy in there, of course. Ralph Lauren, because whatever. He probably has dirt on a lot of these people. That's why he had to get one. So anyways, I thought it was interesting. They gave one to Romney. Who's this? A different Romney. George Soros. There you go. Who we all know that guy is. And Denzel got one. And that was interesting because like Denzel, he said he got baptized and then immediately he started preaching and stuff. I don't know what's going on with that guy. I just know that he's in the club. He has to be. Now, did he really find Jesus? And is he really a Christian and all that stuff? Look, the thing about a liar is they lie. So it doesn't really matter. Actions speak louder than words. As God says, you'll know them by their fruits. So we'll see what kind of fruit he's producing. Because is he a talented actor? Yeah. That's why they choose these people to do these jobs, to program you, to listen to them on and off the screen, because they're talented. That's why they use them. That's why Satan uses them. So, let's see. And Kamala Harris didn't get one. See, all my tabs got reset when that, I should probably stop sharing and reset them all. But yeah, but she instead got the Presidential Medal of Participation. So she's got that going for her. So let's see. Let me stop this so I can not have that tab issue. Because since I froze for a minute, everything reset on me. So you just give me a second here as I click through these buttons. Okay. Sorry, people. This just happens. Almost there. Not even close. All right, that one's good. That one's good. Good. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right with you. Uh-oh, he's talking. He'll talk in a second. Okay. Are we good? Jeez, there was a lot of tabs. All right. Sorry about the dead air. We'll figure this out together. My wife loves it when I slurp my coffee. Okay. Well, I guess I'll get to the rest of these as we hit them, because I can't keep you like this the whole time. So, okay, last one. No, that's the last one. We'll get the rest of these in a minute. Okay. Let's go to clickety-click here. And, I don't know if you all saw after Kamala, however you say her name, nobody seems to know. Kamala. They had her, she did an actual video about saying how don't lose your power, something like that. You still have it. And she looked, this is actually how she looked. And someone brilliant put it in a bar scene and with the sound effects.
Have to remind you, don't you ever let anybody take your power from you. You have the same power.
Okay.
That you did before November 5th.
Thank you.
And you have the same purpose.
Now everyone sat across that drunk friend, right? Everyone. I know everyone has one.
That you did. And you have the same ability to engage and inspire. So don't ever let anybody or any circumstance take your power from you.
She's at a cash only bar. Is that fantastic? So, okay. Oh, what's next? And it looks like Elon's about to deliver any day. So they say now that they've checked the I guess, I don't know how they do the DNA, maybe where they did something, but they found out that he's actually pregnant with Trump's child. And they're doing a gender reveal on Mars. So, come on. That's not a normal body shape. I'm not shaming. I'm questioning what is going on here. And they still make us believe that this is all the same Joe Biden. I think my favorite is the last one, the one that seems to have dementia, but every once in a while turns the camera and looks real creepy and smiles at you. So yeah. And yeah, this guy that had this, who he once, I don't know who this kid was that he had up there, and it was his birthday, and they're singing happy birthday, and he doesn't even know his name.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
These people are getting, who are these people? They're getting too damn old to do this. Now, I might give him a pass here because I'm horrible at remembering people's names. But I think if he's going to do a sing-along, he should at least, he could have had it on a teleprompter, couldn't he? Somewhere? But yeah, I'm going to miss this guy. He was funny.
Birthday.
Nothing like the President of the United States forgetting your name. So yeah, he'll be out of here soon. And Trump's funny, but he's also way scarier. This guy just seemed like a demented grandpa that he almost wanted to help whenever he has that one wonderful piece of tape where he talks to people in the Amazon forest and then he just walks off into the bushes. It's so, we're sure going to miss this guy. And then, of course, what did he do? He's on there with this evil guy again, talking about the devastation of the fires. I don't know if you can even hear it. But he basically says, I feel bad for the people that lost their homes and stuff. But hey, I'm a great-grandfather today.
The good news is I'm a great-grandfather.
But the good news is I'm a great-grandfather. Sorry you lost your entire life, everything you owned. The good news is he's a great-grandfather. And you say, well, hey, who had the kid? Well, that would be Hunter. So just so you know. But yeah. Bad news, the homes are burnt to the ground. Good news, I'm a great-grandfather. Aren't we going to miss this guy on some level? I think so. And then, of course, like I said, they never leave. This you think was the Babylon Bee. No, this is how the new, wasn't she in charge of San Francisco now in Congress? Nancy Pelosi. What are we doing, man? These people, that's what I'm saying. They're not elected. They're selected. They're put in there, and they never leave once they're in. So that's how she got to the funeral. So that's interesting. So let's go into here. Let's get out of that. Get rid of that tab. And we'll go to my pictures here. So that would be clickety click here. We'll go over here. So yeah, that's wonderful news. Your house is burned down, but hey, he's a grandfather, great grandfather, right? Yeah, and I've wondered that too, right? Isn't that interesting? Just saying. All right, what's next? Oh, did I miss one of yours, Mac? I'm sorry. Thank you for that too. So, okay. What do you mean she's blocked? Well, unblock her. Oh my goodness. What did she say? Maybe I don't like what she said. No, I can't even do that when I'm on this show. I'd have to find her in the I don't know how you find someone that's blocked in the chat. Now there's a lot of people here. It's going pretty fast. Let's see. Oh, here. I see Patty G Researcher. She's right there. Yeah, but she's usually Patty G. Oh, all right. You know what, Patty? You're still in here as a Patty G Researcher. I will fix that. Fix that and post edit after the show. Okay. All right. Any of my mods, see who blocked her. Maybe it was an accident. Yeah. Oh, it could have been you. Well, it should say who blocked him. So, I don't know. I still see her on the thing, so I don't know. Okay. Back to that. Where were we? Oh, we're going to show my pictures. Okay. How do we get to the bottom of this? Clickety click. Okay. Yeah, right? Didn't it have tennis balls? The walker had tennis balls. Right, it should be solid gold. Are you kidding? Diamond encrusted. Yeah. Yeah. It should just be like in the old days of the what do you call it? Like the Pharaoh. She should just be on something that 4 people are walking around, right? On poles. That's what she should be on. Yeah, we sure do. Poor thing. So once again, if you're blue team, this was your savior, and he's the devil or Hitler or whatever you want to say. And if this is your guy, he's the savior, picked by God, shot in the ear and all that. And he's the Antichrist. So what in the heck are these two talking about and having a good old time? And you can watch this on, like I said, I can't play the video, but you can watch this all go down in live time. It's that old saying, that George Carlin thing, of course, he's part of the club too, is that it's a big club and you ain't in it. And the reason you know you're not in it is because you don't know you're in it. So you're not. And these people have more in common with each other than they'll ever have with us. They go to each other's functions. Like, he was trying to throw Hillary in jail, and then he was also at her wedding. You know what I mean? And then they all go to the, like in my if you watch my Q video that I have, it's called what's it called? Soap 2. They go to all these parties with the people that are, you know, Epstein and Diddy and all that. And they take their flight plans and they go to the islands and you know, it is what it is. But make no mistake about it. No man's going to save you. They're working together. And this funeral, if nothing else, solidifies it. Of course, if you listen to the mainstream, they're like, isn't it great to see the two sides coming together over something? Maybe there's hope for this country. No, they've always been together. We just didn't see it before. Look at, they're just chopping it up. She never moves or says anything to anyone. It's kind of interesting too. Yeah, they're just chopping it up, having a good old time at Jimmy Carter's funeral. And then I thought it was interesting. These two don't stand up when the Bushes show up. That's George and his wife. And everyone else stands, even when he's sitting down, to greet them. And these two don't. So that was kind of interesting how they're playing this out. Here they are again, yucking it up, having a good old time. So there's that. Yeah, just having a blast. Oh, and now she's involved. See, they're all just having a blast. So you got Bush, Obama, and Trump all having a good old time. Like they forget the camera's on them, or they just don't care because they know no one cares. No one's listening. Now, George Soros came in with Bill Clinton. Oh, no, wait, that's Hillary. Aren't they looking the same? To me, they are. Doesn't she sort of look like him? Yeah. And so, and of course, if you look at his eyes, he's already macking on somebody I think he's seen over here because he just doesn't change. And this gal, I swear, is thinking to herself, I just saw the devil walk by. I don't know. That's an interesting facial expression on her. But yeah, so they had them sitting over here. And of course, none of these people acknowledged her presence, including Obama, which is kind of funny. And all these people had to because, you know, she's the top witch and she'll put a spell on you, I guess. And yeah. And she just see, who's he looking at? I'm really curious. But in any case, yeah, she's just ice, man, just cold as ice. And look at the jewelry. Look at the size of these pearls. Look at these. Those are like almost, I don't know, golf ball size pearls. They're just huge. And this is their dressed down stuff. They didn't want to overdo it with jewelry. Look at hers. These things are monster pearls. That stuff's expensive. So, but yeah, nothing to see there. Just a bunch of rich elites hanging out together, having a good old time. These two didn't stop talking, really. And let's see. What did I also want to say on that one? I guess. Yeah, they were having a blast. Let's see. And then when George shows up, he chest taps Obama, you know, like you would do on a basketball court, you know, just like taps him in the chest and smiles. Nothing to see there either. Yeah, Patty, they're all buddies. I see Patty G. She's there. They're all buddies. This, I think, was the funniest picture I found in the video. That's Hunter. He's like 4 rows back. And I don't know. He saw the cameraman filming him and he gives this death stare. That's who just had, is that? I don't know who that is. Is that who had the baby? I don't know. But there he is, freshly pardoned. You know, and there's a whole thing. People are pissed off that he got pardoned. Now, look, I know they're all elite monsters and they're just here to mess with us. But think of it as like a dad. If you were the president of the United States and you had the power to keep your son out of jail, you know, that's the one thing I guess I don't blame him for doing because we all knew he was going to do it. We also knew Trump wasn't going to jail. None of them go to jail. So why should he be any different? So there he is looking all happy. Yeah, and he kept wiping his nose too. You're right. Who was that said that? Wojo. Yeah, he kept wiping his nose like he'd just done some coke in the bathroom. So, and then of course Kamala and her dog showed up, and man, no one talked to her. It's shocking, and how everyone's turned their back on her. It's nuts. Yeah. And the only time I see her turn back is because these two are talking, and I swear she has a full on Karen moment where she yells at them because she just turns back and says something and immediately turns away again. Almost like shut up or something. You know what I mean? It's too funny because they were supposed to be best buds, these two. And he didn't even look at her and talk to her. And I know it's all theater. I'm just saying that was interesting. And this I took because it just reminds me of like a scene in a mob movie. Like these are all the mob families, and they're all infighting for power. You know, you got this group, you got this group, you got this one, you got these people, in this, then these are the secondary characters and stuff. Yeah, I thought that was interesting. It's totally like we're watching something right out of The Godfather or something. Just unfortunately, it's happening to us. So, does her face look funny? Let's see. Oh yeah, she does look really weird there. That's right off the video. Maybe she was shape shifting or something. And this guy must have known I took the picture or screenshot the video, I guess. So, doesn't she look weird? Yeah, I mean, he's looking weird too. Maybe these are all just AI creatures here. I don't even know. And her eyes are just sockets. They all are. They all have like demon eyes. I remember when I used to watch the show Supernatural. You could always spot them in the camera when they were like demons and stuff. Yeah, look at that. Yikes. Interesting. But yeah, who's that? George Washington? What is that? That doesn't look like her at all. So, all right, enough of that. And then this guy. Now, maybe you just say he has old man head or whatever you want to call it. Or like his original lizard is showing through. I mean, what's going on there? I'm sorry. If anyone's eating, I apologize. I'll find my tiger, especially because Patty's back. Hang on. I just got to get my coffee. There. Where is he? He's over here somewhere. There we go. So there you go. So yeah, his original lizard form is showing through, I guess. Oh man. Okay, let's see. Is that all of them? Oh, I got more. What do we got? And I thought this is funny. He still has funny things to do. So he goes on USA Today and says, I could have won that election. Everyone just keeps crapping on Kamala. Kamala. Everyone just keeps crapping on her. He's going to keep saying how she screwed us all up. And I've talked about this. It was the definition of treason, because this guy goes on Twitter and he says, I'm not going anywhere. And then the next day he, quote, steps down for the good of the country. And they insert Kamala for the nominee. Nobody voted. It was a complete coup. By definition, it was unconstitutional. But regardless, they put somebody up against Trump to make sure that they got him in again this time, because he's going to push through the New World Order faster than anyone. We all thought it was going to be Kamala. And instead, it's almost like I was saying the other day on the show, like the Antichrist is supposed to be loved. And people really wanted Trump to come back and save us. And so careful what you wish for, because you got two parts of the beast, I feel, Trump and Elon. And yeah. Who? Oh, TJ Trusty. I see you too. Good to see you again. Well, he's really tardy.
I don't feel tardy. I don't feel tardy.
And that goes for him and anyone else that just showed up. But yeah, I see you. All right. Yeah, the eyes are blacker than the stroke of midnight pants on. Get a belt. But yeah, 100%. Yeah. Yeah, he's a lizard shedding his skin. Kamalama, is that how we say it? I don't know. I still have it. So yeah. Let's see. I don't know why this reminds you of Avatar. I missed the reference there. But yeah. Right? Doll eyes, black eyes. Yeah. So. Commie law. Oh, yeah. I see what you did there. Okay. You get one of these. don't worry, Red Storm. Nobody can. Right? No one can say it. Nobody knows how to say it. Okay. All right. Let's see. Yeah. Ring, ring, kamalama, ding dong. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Big Mike wasn't there. It was interesting. They all commented. I think he was somewhere on vacation, but yeah, it was interesting that he didn't make it. All right. You feel tardy? All right. One more.
I don't feel tardy.
All right. There. Now you feel tardy. Okay. Where are we at? Well, I know you've never needed a belt. That's why your pants are always on the ground. We've had this discussion. So let's see. All right. Where were we at? Oh, we were looking at pictures. Okay. So how about this? Wait, we did that one. And then he's pissed off, supposedly, allegedly, because since the president died, they're going to have this flag at half-mast, and it'll be the first time in history that a president is sworn in with a flag at half-mast. So he's trying to push it to have him put it at full mast. But meanwhile, his orange makeup is getting worse. I mean, does anyone help him with this? Does no one say, hey, look, man, you missed a few spots? Or look over here, whole side of his face by his ear. Like, we're still going along with this, that he paints himself orange. I know you can listen to a whole bunch of RV on this about orange and it's Masonic 33. It's all that stuff. And then also theater actors, I guess, back in the day. So it's once more just letting you know that this is a play in a way. The world is a stage. Even though it has real consequences, they're acting. They're all actors. They all have IMDb pages. He was a wrestler. I got a copyright strike when I played him slamming, I think it was Vince McMahon into the ground. And so, yeah, he's a wrestler. He's an actor. He's on TV. He has a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame if it didn't melt away. So, yeah, there he is in all his orange glory again, coming soon to a theater near you. I think that's it. Oh, wait, is that it? Is that the same one? Oh, I know. This was, no, maybe it's the same. I guess I got some extra ones in there. Oh, I did want to show this. I hadn't planned on it right now, but might as well as long as we're right here. Besides what's going on with the funeral and the fires and all that other stuff going on, the East Coast is getting destroyed with snow and stuff. This was going on all over the country in certain areas, and it happened out here. And it's this weird fog that has no moisture. There's no clouds. It's not a moistury day, and all of a sudden this fog comes in. And I happened to be up one night, and I turned on a flashlight because you can't see it in the air until you put on this flashlight.
December 5th, 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are? When you put on this heavy flashlight we have.
Look at that.
See that? That's in the air right now.
There's no fire going on. This is December 5th. And I even say it. It looks even December 5th. Oh, January 5th. Sorry. Well, he says it here. What does he say?
So it's Sunday, December 5th.
Oh, I said the wrong day. Well, it's January 5th. Look it up, but that's what it is.
10 p.m. Do you know where your children
Do you know where your children are?
When you put on this heavy flashlight we have. See that? That's in the air right now.
And no one explains what this is. This isn't normal.
Everywhere. Even over here. So what is that?
What is
Not
that?
snowing.
It's not
There's
snow.
no clouds. I mean, there's clouds everywhere. But
There's no moisture in the air.
It's just this, whatever this is. And this doesn't even do it justice.
No.
It's
Here, you get a little look of it there. Look at that.
way more crazy when you just see it without the camera.
Isn't that nuts? Look at that. So no one's talking about this, but it's out there. It's happening. I don't know what they use this for, or who's doing it, or how it's getting manifested. But yeah, are they flavor crystals? Cremation smog? Oh, that's dark. Yeah, but yeah, it's well. The thing is like the air quality. It doesn't say it's bad, and if you don't have a flashlight on at night, see, look, you can't see it. But as soon as I point the light up into the air, then you see all the stuff that's flying around. It's not pollen season. We're in the middle of winter. Yeah, it's just bizarre. So, yeah, it's not barbecue smoke. It's nothing. It's just some weird crap in the air. No bueno, as Stephen would say. So let's see. Is that everything?
This is Apocalypse in California.
Oh, this was, yeah. Well, we were going to cover more of that, I guess. Let me finish out this video file. But yeah, this guy's driving around, and once again, the buildings are burnt to the ground, and the trees not even touched on some of these. So I don't know. Again, according to readers adding context on Twitter, well, maybe that one's a little bit burned, but the majority of them aren't. But since they have 50% water, that's why they're okay. But I did find interesting as you go down this video, all of a sudden he shows up to that mall's burnt out. There, it's like an old world building castle, and of course it's untouched. It looks fine. Why? Because that's the fire department's building. But yeah, everything else is burnt to a crisp. And we're talking like these kind of buildings with stone and brick and all that, they get burnt down, but these trees stick around. So, I mean, I'm no Jamie Lee, but something seems sus to me. Just saying. And then the one time, like, okay, proof that trees are burning. What do? They stick it in front of a McDonald's sign, of course, right? Because everything in the news is about McDonald's lately, right? Didn't Trump worked at a McDonald's? The alleged CEO shooter get caught at a McDonald's. It's just on and on and on, all these stories, and they always have to. So why all of a sudden are we seeing McDonald's everywhere? I don't know. Oh yeah, they were eating it on the plane. RFK Jr., who's supposed to save us from the poisons of the earth, he's drinking a Coke and eating a McDonald's burger. But hey, people want to believe in Santa Claus. Go ahead, I get it. I just don't anymore. Yeah, that would be the 2 M's, right? Yeah. So that's probably exactly why they showed that, along with the fireman's helmet with the 33. It gets exhausting. Nobody's listening, but a few people are. But they just mow us all down as they go. So here's that. Remember I was telling you earlier about this? So when I saw this really tripped me out. And the reason being is my talented wife, Jeannie, went to a paint party. How many years ago was that? 4? Probably 4 years ago. And the assignment is you watch a YouTube video and you get a blank canvas and everyone paints their version. And the assignment was, it was like a forest. It was like a tree line. And it did have some water and it had a tree line but it was all nature. There's no city. And I don't know what happened. Something took her over, I guess, because in her mind, she painted what she saw. But what came out, here's the weird part, if that wasn't weird enough, it matches this. In my mind. See that? These were supposed to be trees, but they look exactly like the buildings. I'll go back. Right here. And then you got the red and the sun as LA is burning down. And she said these were like supposed to be light lamps or something. And I'm not making fun of her drunk. She's way better at this than I am on this stuff. But to me, they look like people standing at the edge of a dock watching. Well, we didn't know what city this was. And it still could be a different city. But doesn't that look strikingly similar? At least just to me. My wife did, Patty. Isn't that something? She painted this 4 years ago. And we've had it up ever since because it always tripped me out that I said that looks like a city that's demolished to me. And then this shows up. And I don't know, in my mind, it really connected. So, yeah. So I thought that was pretty trippy. I thought I'd share with you all. So, yeah, it's like a prophecy in a way. Yeah. Well, look, once you make your connection to Jesus, things happen that you can't explain. And this is just one example that I can actually show you. But I won't go into any of the really weird stuff that goes on in our life because you have to have your own experiences. And I already sound crazy enough to most of my family and friends. I don't want to make it worse. But this one I actually had proof, at least in my mind, because that sure looks the same to me. So, all right, she says it's enough. And that's it. Okay, so we'll get rid of that. All right. So, yeah. Yeah, she does great paintings. Yeah. Right? It is pretty close. Yeah. Her work is amazing. Yeah, it's connected, right? Looks just like it. And I sing good. Yeah, right? Yeah. We got some wows, prophecy. So, yeah. Pretty wild, huh? I think so. Yeah, it's eerily beautiful, right? And 16 just keeps saying this. Yeah. So, well, the reason the McDonald's sign wasn't melting is because they wanted you to see it. Right? Geez. Okay. Oh, before I forget, I have to make sure. As long as we're talking about all the wonderful talents that my lovely wife has, she also makes soap. And so if you're interested, it's natural soap, handmade, no harsh chemicals and stuff. Works great. Everyone loves it. It's a way to support the show and you get some product out of it too. So if you're interested, that's her store. And I'm sure Melanie and others might throw the link in there for me so I don't have to mess with that. But there you go. Got to make sure I get that commercial in. I have other sponsors that have reached out to me, but that's my one and only right now. Okay. Oh, look at that. Yes, very talented. She said thank you. Yes, she makes wonderful soaps. So, okay. And Mason Mouth agreed too. Great. All right. Where are we at? Doug put in the chat. Wonderful. Thank you. The softest, soapiest soaps. We should use that as like on one of your descriptions, Jeannie. Yes, Kimberly. Thank you. For anyone that hasn't, if you would be so kind, smash that button and share and subscribe if you feel it's worthy of it. Okay. What's next? And I have my Sarah video too. We're going to play that. But let's get done with the politics. Clickety click. So yeah. So how about this? He's talking about the funeral we were just talking about, and listen to what he says very closely here.
Along with just about everybody on that, we met backstage, as you know, before we
met backstage. See, he's telling you it's theater. They didn't meet backstage. They walked into the theater. Obama got there after Trump, and the rest of them all filed in through the front door. And then the casket comes in. There was no backstage.
got along, but I got along with just about everybody on that. We met backstage, as you know, before we won.
Come on, is anyone listening? So they met backstage. course, because, it's all a theater. You're watching, that's why I put up that Yellowstone video at the beginning, if you saw it. I have 3 of them, by the way. And it's just like that. You're watching a movie play out on you. It's like, what was that one terrible movie? There's been a couple. There was an Arnold Schwarzenegger one where the kid gets into the movie. That's us. Like, they threw us into this movie. We just didn't realize we were in it until we woke up and said, oh my God, they're just playing this out. So they met backstage. And then here he says he may declare a national emergency depending on what is going to happen in the next few days. That's comforting, because if he vowed to pardon the January 6th rioters, so that's wonderful too. And but here's what he said. I thought at first he was joking, but he's changing the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America,
which has a beautiful ring that covers a lot of territory. Changing the name of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America.
It's like that game I used to play with my brother called Risk. And the object was to eventually just control the entire board. And so here he's talking about the Gulf of America. Here he's talking about how we're taking over Greenland for security purposes.
National security purposes. I've been told that for...
We're taking over Greenland.
Well, we need Greenland for national security purposes.
All right. So Gulf of America, Greenland. I think they said they're going to call it Trump land. I don't know. And wait, are you serious? Are they doing it? Yeah. What's his name? His Don Jr., Trump Jr., whatever. See, this is him landing in Greenland. He actually went to this icy area. But wait, we all landed on a plane too. You saw the video. So they're going there to tell him we're the new sheriff in town. And so, they're starting to show this greater American empire, which takes over because, they also, the first thing he said was Canada should be the 51st or 50th and 1st and 52nd state, which some people thought there already was 52. But in any case, so he said that we want Canada, we want the Gulf of Mexico, and we want Greenland. So it is looking more and more like Risk in my eyes. And then is that where I stopped my research? Oh, nay. Because, here, this was good. There's the United States, the 51st states, the Gulf of America, the other side of the wall, and Trump land. I knew I saw it somewhere. And this is the anti-European moat. And people are funny on the internet. I think they are. Yeah, Greenland looks like Iceland, and Iceland looks like Greenland. Antarctica looks like a studio in a Hollywood basement. Apparently. So my research didn't stop there, because you can find the Club of Rome. The group was organized in 1968 for the purpose of accelerating the plans of what? The New World Order, to have it in place by the year 2000. And in 1976, they came up with this map, which looks identical to what we were just discussing, except, I guess the Gulf of Mexico, which is not quite here yet, but, it's pretty darn close to what Trump's saying that we're going to be doing. First Greenland, then the world. Yeah, that's melted Syracuse, New York. Yeah, they're burning down the Bronx. Did you see that, Syracuse? So, yeah. But did my research stop there? Oh, nay. Because I found this. This is from 1942. The post-war New World map, right? Can I make that any larger? No, I guess not. But you can see it. It's the same thing. And in this one, they even took Mexico. So they've been planning this idea for a long time. So, yeah. And just saying, I know I do have some Aussie friends listening and watching. But Australia gave up their guns a long time ago, just so you know, Trump, in case you're wondering. They have no guns. So, I mean, why think so small? Well, as Melted Syracuse says, first Greenland, then the world. But yeah, they have no guns. They can't fight you. So just saying. And maybe they'd like it. They've always been controlled prison area, right? And we don't even know where they are. Supposedly, if you were in outer space, they're upside down right now. So I think they'd be easily to conquer, right? Okay, what's next? And let's not forget the Economist cover from 2017, where we looked at this, at least I did, and everyone was saying, well, he's on the judgment card. Well, now this makes even more sense because now he wants all of this, and he's sitting on all of it. Isn't that interesting? So I thought that was it. And look, right next to him is the world. First Greenland, then the world. So there's that. Okay, what's next? Oh, yes, please. Can you get rid of this thing? It's like old coffee. Thanks. I don't want to knock it over. I already did that earlier, spilled stuff. Thanks, hon. Where are we at? Oh, and then you get this. Again, you think some of these things are AI and some of these things are the Onion News. No, he said this.
Being held. And I'll just say it again. If this deal's not done with the people representing our nation, by the time I get to office, all hell is going to break out. Thank you very much.
All hell is going to break as soon as he gets into office. Is anyone listening to this? Are you Trump supporters hearing what he's saying? He's telling you up front where he's heading us to. And if that's not enough, you see what they sprayed in my sky. Look what's going on. They're just putting it right out there. I mean, come on. They're just spraying pentagons now in the sky to let you know who's in charge. Here's another one. This one was in Chile. So they like spraying their stuff in the sky. We know that. And let's see. Should we do the Sarah? No, we'll wait on Sarah. We'll do this, finish this up. And this was showing, of course, it's interesting because it's InfoWars, right? But they're showing how
reportedly working.
They're using these little like bags to put out fires. Literally, that's what. And you wonder why LA is burning down, because they're using these canvas bags and filling with water because the fire. There's no water anywhere around. It looks like a Benny Hill skit. Honestly, I don't understand what's going on in our world. And then, of course, readers added context. These handbags are actually canvas bags that they bring their engines for various jobs. When tackling small fires, it's easier to fill the bags of water. Okay, whatever. Still, that's why the LA's burning down. And then you're like, oh, well, he's getting his news from Alex Jones. Or no, because I also understand he's part of the club. Where'd it go? Yeah, here he is. He switched. Look at that. Does this look like the same person anymore? I swear they switched this guy out too. Like, you know, they always switch him out. Right? Oh, yeah, it's cartoonish, isn't it, Kimberly? It's cartoonish what's going on out there with handbags. So, yeah, they switched this guy out. He's totally part of the club. That's the thing. It's like the deceivers that have infiltrated the flat earth movement. They teach you things. Like Alex Jones, a lot of people learned a lot of stuff from this guy. And then they made him look crazy. They made him, you know, get sued. He was talking about, you know, frogs they like to bring up and stuff. And so they make the guy look nuts. It's controlled opposition. He speaks some truth, and then he speaks things to make people be able to on the outside go, oh, you're following that guy? He's an idiot. And he's part of the club. I mean, he's taking Ozempic or something. What's going on? But to me, it looks like different guys. But what do I know? I'm just a dumb YouTuber. Yeah, and let's see. Today we're here with
on the fires in California, and the sky's looking like this, and some weird things about it. So first we start with the unusual dryness. Well, that's because this cloud seeding program, which was augmenting rainfall, stopped. So California got really dry really quick. And before anybody says they wouldn't do it, here's 687 patents on augmenting the weather. And there was another reporter who talked about how the firefighters have no water at all. Isn't that kind of odd? The other weird one was, look at this fire. It's on one side, and that's on the other, but it's not on anything in between. The other odd part is all these cars blocking the...
Yeah, that was a weird thing. Like, supposedly, now in the Maui fire, I get it. They had this, like, firestorm come through, and they said that they had blocked off the roads, and people were trapped, and so they got out of their cars and fled to the water to escape, and the cars all got burnt out. But these people were leaving, and the roads weren't blocked, but they just decided to exit their cars and leave them in the highway. Like, it didn't make any sense to me, because eventually they got a bulldozer in here, and we're talking like Mercedes, Lexus, all this stuff, and they're getting, crunched and pushed off and stuff. And of course they say, well, they have to shut down the power in a lot of houses because they're afraid that the electrical could spark. No, they've already had lawsuits against PG&E that the smart meters, which have lithium batteries inside, were causing fires. This was in 2017. And so, and that's what he talks about there. Where is it? Is there more on this one? They also said there's multiple reports that they canceled a lot of people's fire insurance 4 months ago, almost like the insurance companies knew in advance. That couldn't possibly be. And here's the other weird thing. And you wonder why they couldn't. I know there's 1,000 reasons they give you excuses as to why, but there's water right here. It's the ocean, for goodness sake. Why couldn't they just get a plane and scoop up that? No, all of these homes burnt to the ground. Now, those trees are messed up, but these homes are demolished. And these homes didn't used to catch fire when I was growing up. If anything, it was the homes up in the hills here, up in the mountains and stuff, where the fire... These homes never... I mean, what do you got? You've got water on this side and a highway on this side. And this side is fine, and this side is just burnt to the ground. And this is like a Malibu area. I mean, there were some beautiful homes and nice restaurants, and of course, and it's just all decimated. So, I don't know. Again, if Jamie was here, he'd probably have a much better breakdown on it. But it's pretty wild that all this stuff right by the ocean burns down. And the other side is fine, basically, on that side. And of course, they all said that they all were saying, oh, the Getty, it's coming close to the Getty. Of course, it didn't. It just burned some of the brush behind it and in front of it. And the Getty's fine, But I don't know. It's let's see, these tabs got out of order. But might as well bring this up because, again, as I was saying, it's everywhere. If you don't think it's in this communities or these channels, then you're kidding yourself. You're still believing that Trump's going to save you or Elon's going to save you, or these guys are on your side. Maybe you learned some stuff from them. Great. But it's obviously at this point, I don't know who can possibly see that they faked whatever parts of it anyways. I mean, he literally vapes and pretends it's his breath. And then he does the same thing I said before, like they do. He backpedals and says the dog ate his homework. He didn't know the vape was in there. And like he went to Antarctica and didn't check his luggage. And then, of course, it was still charged, I guess. And then he hasn't vaped in years, but then he decided, why not just do it before I go on camera? But I didn't do it when I went on camera. I mean, it just keeps, it's nonsense. So then you got this where he says the 24-hour, not that I care, because I know where I live. I live on God's earth. Whether there's a 24-hour sun or not doesn't matter to me because none of us can ever prove it. Just read the book of Job. It's in the Bible where he asks you questions and you can't answer it. We don't know how the sun and the moon work. All we have are theories, just like the ball earth people. All they have is theories. All we have are theories. And so the fact that they made this the final experiment is to decide where we live, it's all nonsense. It's all garbage. It wasn't even for us. The fact that we're fighting amongst, or I'm not, but people are, or arguing or get upset over this, it's a side thing for them. It's kind of like an actor does propaganda, but also can be entertaining. And so the fact that we're all fighting is a whole other issue. What they wanted is exactly what they got. Make flat earth look more stupid than it already did, because you got your top three guys again. You got the failed light experiment from the Jaren guy. You got Bob Nodell's in his failed gyroscope experiment, and it's all on Netflix, of course. How do you get on Netflix unless you're not part of them? And now you have this failed experiment that it's being run on all these stations. He's going on Candace Owens to talk about it too, to make anybody that isn't on board, that we're not a flying ball flying through space, to make them think that we look so stupid that these guys would go and disprove themselves and prove that we live on a ball. They won't even watch these channels, the real channels, the biblical earthers, people that are trying to show you that we don't live there and NASA lies. They're not even going to give us the time of day. Not they did before, but it's going to be even harder now, because this lie was made to look us, anybody that believes in a stationary earth, let's say, to look foolish at this point. And so they're achieving this once again, because if you type in disprove flat earth or whatever, you're going to get all these guys, the same guys that are telling you that they're in charge of it. Meanwhile, he says the Antarctic sun objectively does not prove the globe. Disagree? And then he says this.
It definitely matches the globe. I'm sitting here looking at it.
So which is it? Right? Which is it? This guy says it doesn't prove it, and this guy says it does.
It definitely matches the globe. I'm sitting here looking at it.
So which is it? It's both. Because when you lie, it just compounds itself, and you forget the lie that you told last time. And the other guy did a whole video saying, or a discussion saying he's no longer in a flat earth. I guess he went back to the ball. I don't even know. But he blasphemies Jesus. So none of these people believe in the one and true living God. They even pretend to be biblical Christians. I know this guy does. And yet what does he do? He proves himself telling the truth by putting his hand on a Bible and swearing to God. Huh. Just like all these people do, right? All these politicians that we were just playing. They all put their hand on the Bible. Every single one of them puts their hand on the Bible. Does that mean they're not liars either? They all put their hand on the Bible and say they're going to help us. And then, of course, we know that's not even true. Of course, there's some that don't even do that. They put their hand on the Quran. So are these the people telling me the truth and the other people are the liars? How about this? If you truly are a Christian, as you say you are, and you truly read the Bible, which I know you don't, you'd find these passages where God tells you specifically not to do that. But I say unto you, swear not at all, neither by heaven, for it's God's throne, nor by earth, for it's his footstool, neither by Jerusalem, for it's the city of the great king, neither shalt thou swear by thy head, because thou cannot make one hair white or black. But let your communication be yea, yea, nay, nay. For whatsoever is more than these cometh of evil. Read your Bible, you fake Christians. How about this passage? James 5:12. But above all things, my brethren, swear not, neither by heaven nor by earth, neither by any other oath, lest ye fall into condemnation. They don't read it. Everyone should be reading the Bible. Why? The whole reason I woke up to this whole scenario that I'm finding is because I started seeing that when you read the Bible, not only does it prove things that have happened in the past, but it was showing me things that are happening right now in my real life, And it was showing me things to come, and things are coming true. Prophecies are coming true. So read the Bible, and also everyone else is telling you not to read the Bible. There's no other book that everyone is like so adamant about. Oh, don't read that. Don't read that. Nobody cares. You can read the Quran all you want or any of these other books, but don't read the Bible. Why? Because Satan's greatest weapon is man's ignorance of God's word. It's right there. It's right there. Yeah, Julio, it's the swear by the Freemason oath where they deny Jesus. And, they can pretend because they're liars. Satan is the father of lies. So if you're watching someone, a YouTuber or somebody that, is teaching you truth, allegedly, and they're lying to you, Satan is the father of lies, not God, Satan. Just know that. And know that they say that they're reading the Bible. But I just showed you 2 passages, and I know if I kept going, I could find even more. 2 passages that specifically say, if you're putting your hand on a Bible and swearing an oath, you're doing it wrong. It's not me saying it. God's saying it. But they don't read it, and that's how they won't know. That's why I'm here, is because I read the Bible. I have pretty much every day I read the Bible because it's fascinating to me. I like doing it way more than I used to, like listen to the same song all the time. For a long time, I was watching Howard Stern or listening to him, and I found him really interesting because it was different. It wasn't the same song over and over. But now I see through that too. And so I'd rather spend my time in God's word because I know that's where the truth lies. Because man lies. And that's just how it is. I'm preaching. Oh, keep going. I'm opening my tabs and getting them fixed while I do this. Oh, where to go? 16 what? No, where is he? There you are. There he is. Jovi, right. Preach. Thank you. Right? They don't read. They don't read it. They don't read it. Yeah. So, yeah, exactly. He swears on the Bible right after God tells him don't do that because he didn't read it. It's just an artifact to them. And you're not supposed to put that kind of power in the book. You put the power in God's word. But if you don't read God's word, it's just a book. It's just a book. Right, Bill? Exactly. So good to see you, Bill. All right. So now where are we at? Thank you, Ricky. All right. Yeah, for once it's not your fault, Melanie. Oh, thank you. Oh, this way. There's it. For once it's not your fault, Melanie. It's 16 office. So, all right. Well, I'll keep on preaching, but I think I've kind of calmed down from that. We'll maybe hit it again. We'll see. Yeah, I don't know. And they don't say Jesus. Exactly. There's a whole bunch of people trying to teach you not to say Jesus. I'll tell you right now, that's the word I use. Why? Okay. I don't say Yeshua, whatever this is. I don't say those words. First of all, they're trying to teach you words supposedly, allegedly in Hebrew. So if that's the case, when you're praying, how come your entire prayer isn't in Hebrew or Aramaic or whatever? We speak English. And the name that was given to us in our English language is Jesus. Demons get cast out in the name of Jesus. Powerful, magical, wonderful things happen in the name of Jesus. So that's how I know him as far as his name. That's what's in my Bible. That's what I call him. Don't get caught up in the minutia of having to make sure you say the name this way or that way. Because if you read the book, none of us actually know his name. In fact, we all get new names that we don't even know. Only God knows. But whatever Jesus's real name is, the book that we have that was given to us to read calls him Jesus. And they refuse these fakers, to say that. They refuse. They call him the creator. They Dave Weiss calls a God a retarded child. And like I said, that other guy said just blasphemy things about Jesus. So they're not on your side. They're here to keep you trapped in either the ball or flat earth or anywhere without expanding that and in asking, okay, if the entire world has been hidden, this lie was been given to us that we're a ball flying through space. Here, I'll show you. Where is he? You want to see my kick-ass beard? Here. I don't believe I live on a cartoon ball that flies through space the way that they say on this ridiculous model. We need to all realize that we've been lied to.
Satellite tracking continues.
So there you go. That's my kick-ass beard. I'm starting it. We'll get there. Maybe not. But yeah. Why would this huge lie be bestowed upon everyone on earth? And it's not because they're hiding resources or extra land or any of the things that they say, this flat earth Masonic group says. It's none of that. It could be all of that, but the main reason they're doing it's not for money, it's not for power. It's to hide God. That's it. That's the top level. God exists. He's right here, right now. He's working through us, and they don't want you to know that. Because you want to talk about power, that's how you take back the power. You make that relationship with God, and you take back all the power. Power.
That's very true.
I thought I'd be quicker on that button, but I wasn't. So that's what this is all about. That's the whole reason I'm still doing this show and I started this channel, was because as my awakening process happened, I found out that God exists. And so he put it in my heart, I have to keep doing this. If I don't do this, and I'm not doing this anymore, I'm going to have to answer to God, and he's going to say, hey, ceiling fan man. That's what he calls. No, he doesn't know what he calls me, but he's going to ask me, so what was more important than doing the show that I set you up to do to reach the people I want you to reach? And what am I going to say? I had to binge watch Netflix or something? What am I going to tell him? So I have to keep doing this, because I truly believe we're in Satan's little season.
Sorry. Pizza.
That's how I feel. No. Are they asking for the Sarah video? Oh, you're asking for the Sarah video. Show of hands. Anyone want to see the Sarah video? No one's raising their hand. So fine. Let's see. I'll transition out of this. Okay. Let's see. We'll put up the Sarah video. Even if they don't want it, they're going to get it. I'll give you this. A ceiling fan man world premiere video. Okay. Get your popcorn ready. Here's what we did this. I don't know. It's over the last few weeks or so. Oh, the hands are up. Oh, I love this chat. You guys are great. Okay, put your hands down. I mean, put your hands in the air if you just don't care, but put your hands down. Okay, so here we go. Here's me and stuff going on in our lives, and Sarah. Here, this one.
The ceiling fans? Very attractive.
Yeah, just doing my manly things.
I am a man.
I can't find my earphones, so I'll use the wife's, but it's all right. There's no kitty ears on that. Got my gloves, got my coffee. Chopping wood, baby. Whoa, chopping wood. Got to turn that wood into that wood. All right, so I chopped all that. And chopped all that. Now I just got to work on that. Oh, yeah, and that. Oh, no. All right, so you all have seen what they sprayed over my skies once before. Come on.
What's coming out of it?
Come on, people. This is just a cloud. When are we going to wake up? What's this called? Shoot the moon. This one, I'm sure it's still the same kind of stuff, but I like the pattern. It's pretty awesome. God bless. So while I'm outside doing the man thing, the little woman
It's the little woman.
is doing this. Where'd that one go? This is what I'm grateful for. A wife that knows how to bake and actually really enjoys it. And then when she has leftovers, like say a bunch of egg whites, we get this. These are, I don't know, they're little bites of heaven. That's all I could say. They have a great crunch. Here's that. But they melt in your mouth. I don't even understand it. It's not real. They're delicious. Yeah. Did you hear the crunch?
I heard it.
Yeah. Beautiful one. My God, it's so good.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Okay. So I did all this. And I did all of this. All of this. Another reason I stopped, my back couldn't take it, so it's a lot of bending over and stuff. So that's good for today, and we'll keep working on it.
It's time for Ceiling Fan Man and Sarah, and kisses and tacos.
Here, remember? We had tacos.
When you're a Black Panther in the winter,
I'm a Black Panther now.
you need to find sun wherever you can. Sometimes it makes the oddest of friends. Really concerned about what's going on here. All right. Seems like a peace treaty has been made. All right, Kitty. The people are upset. You're not fighting anymore. Hey, you. It's time to fight. You ready?
我的螳螂拳你见识过？
Satellite tracking continues.
And scene. What do y'all think? Is it good? It's nice to see Sarah on screen again. So, yeah. I got what? What? I didn't hear you. I'll have to find it. Yeah, she does fight, but she actually hasn't wanted to do a fight in a long time. I had to force her. So, what is this? Oh, this is what you're saying. Old me no more. I came in here bitter. Oh no, but you and your wife are lovely. Oh, God, you're wonderful. That is wonderful. God bless you. God bless you. Oh my gosh. That's I'm so happy. See, that's what I'm saying. I do this show. Sure, people are, get entertained. You can't take this world serious. I do this show to entertain.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
But I do it for a reason. Because God put it in my heart to reach somebody or the one buddy. Is that a word? It is now. There's nobody, there's somebody, but there's not one buddy. Huh. One body. But yeah, and maybe it's just to reach that one person that maybe was just having a crappy day and made them smile. And so thank you for saying that. You've really made our night too. Okay. But yeah, let's see what else we got here. Well, you guys are all over the place in the chat. Okay, let me go down to the end here. See where we're at. Where were we? Yeah. Oh yeah, Sarah. We love Sarah. I was almost eaten alive. She was holding back. 100% she was holding back. Yeah, she doesn't. I don't out kung fu her. She wins whenever she wants. Definitely. Yeah. Let's see. I can prove it too. Look, this is for my craft. This is what I do for you all. Look at that. Look at that. Let's see, focus. Look at that. It's terrible. Yeah. So there's that. See, I spill my for my craft for you all. I injure myself. So, okay, where are we at here? Okay, where are we at? Okay, what's next? We'll go clickety click here and here. We'll go here. And okay, back up to this. What do we got? Okay, so we just covered that. I already did my preaching and ranting on that. And just to remind you whose world we live in, these are the stars. These are the idols. And even if you're sitting there going, oh, I don't like her music, or I know she's, Luciferian, and there's a whole bunch of people coming to these concerts. There's a whole bunch of people buying these albums and stuff. And so when they get in front of them, they literally let the audience know who they're working for. I mean, the whole thing looks satanic, but if you weren't sure, wait till she gets down here and starts doing this all mocking tongue. Like, I think Shiva does that and stuff. I mean, it's so satanic. Yeah, there you go. Right? There's no accidents. This is on purpose. She's put out there to teach a whole bunch of people this right in your face that you're producing something for Satan at that point. So just know that these things, they're talent and these people enjoy their music, but they're being programmed. They're actually probably some of them doing spells. Oh, you're right, Mac TV, Kali. Yeah. But they're all seem the same. But yeah, that's Kali. Yeah. So yeah. Yeah, crazy eyes. We were just talking about that. That's in Supernatural. Remember, they said you could see the demonic faces in the eyes. But yeah. So whatever. Just saying. It's right there to see it if you look, if those that have eyes to see and ears to hear. Otherwise, you can keep eating the fake steak and believe you live on a ball and Trump's and Elon and RFK Jr. will save you, I guess. But isn't this interesting?
From you. This is the underground city that was found beneath Los Angeles by a man named Warren Shufelt. It was discovered using a device he invented to detect underground tunnels and caverns. Schufelt mapped out a network of passageways stretching for miles beneath the city. And here is where it gets crazy.
Wait, I like how he says that. Like it wasn't already crazy enough.
His maps indicated a central chamber filled with gold and advanced artifacts. Schufelt said that upon analysis of the artifacts and the scriptures found within the passageways, they all pointed to a lost continent named Lemuria. Despite his groundbreaking findings, city officials abruptly shut down his excavation. They officially claimed that the tunnels were old subway lines.
They always say that. The old subway lines. Yes.
But this is where they messed up. The Los Angeles subway system didn't begin operation until 1990, over 70 years.
And look what it says.
After
33 years ago.
Schufelt's discovery.
You see how they had to throw that in there too? Isn't that something? Whenever this article was, it had been 33 years, of course.
Lines were they referring to? Some speculate that they were...
There they are. That's Joe Biden's cousin.
Referring to an ancient civilization that had access to a subway-like system. Some have even gone further to say that the city officials had knowledge from the future.
From the future, yeah. No, they are. They're the history. It's like the movie Highlander. They just keep reinventing themselves as new characters, and they go down below, and then they come back out. So, the lizard people, exactly. Isn't that funny? We're talking like this now. We used to think these people were nuts, but hey, the other people think we're nuts still. Japan's obesity rate is 3%. America's obesity rate is 40%. And no one in Japan is doing a paleo, vegan, or carnivore diet. They're just eating real food. We have so much processed stuff here. And we're fasting and cold plunging and complicating our lives. In Japan, they just eat normally and walk around. And isn't that the truth? Other than this person thinks RFK is going to fix it. But that's what it's all about. It's garbage in, garbage out. So what can we do? Here's what we can do, because they tell us it's in everything. It's in our water. It's in our food. Even the organic crops have a spray or a peel. This is the new thing they put on everything, supposedly, allegedly. So it's everywhere. So all you can do is this, because the machinery that we have as the human body, it wasn't an accident. We didn't morph out of a fish creature coming out of the water. And all that stuff that evil Lucian teaches you. Isn't that interesting? We have a creator that created a perfect being. And so we have the power to heal ourselves. Of course, again, just so you know, I'm not a doctor. Don't listen to me. Listen to the government and all the three-letter companies, because they have your best interest in mind. But I'm saying is there are things provably so that we can heal. Like, for instance, this cut that I got by that Black Panther, it was bleeding, obviously, but now it's not. It's healed. So we do have that, provably so. You can break a bone and it eventually heals it. You know, it's part of this system. So you have all these organs and stuff in your body. And some of them, they say, are... what's that word? I just lost it. The superfluous organs, but there's a name for it. But where they just feel they can cut them out and nothing will happen. You know, cut out your appendix, you don't need it. You know, cut out your tonsils, you don't need it. It's like God, put you together at IKEA and gave you some extra parts just in case you won't need it. No, all of those had something involved in mind in cleansing and healing your body. That's just it. That's science. You can look that up. And so if you're putting in a bunch of poisons, then your body doesn't have enough time to get everything cleansed and out. So what you have to do, I mean, there's fasting you can do, but check with your doctor and the government and whoever. Don't listen to me. But there's different types of fasting people do. I always tell people I experiment on myself, so don't do what I do. But you can fast, you don't have to go a full day. You can do half days, like you wake up and you don't eat until dinner or whatever, or you can do 1 day, or you can do 3 days. But it allows you two things. It allows your body to help self-cleanse some of the toxins that are in you. because you're not adding on top of it. And spiritually, it's supposed to bring you closer to God at that moment. Why? Because there's a fight amongst us, not the flat earthers. There's a fight amongst you in your own body. There's the flesh and the spirit, and they're constantly at war. It goes all the way back to the days of Adam. Let me get rid of this ticker. It goes all the way back to the days of Adam. And so if you're starving the flesh for, say, 24 hours or even 12 hours, then all you have is the spirit. And so they say that's the best time to pray. In fact, some of the Bibles that are written today, they're leaving out this passage where when they asked Jesus, they couldn't get rid of this one demonic person, the spirit in him. And they asked him why, because they were the disciples and they had his power. And he says, some of these will only, he says it, I'm paraphrasing, they'll only come out through prayer and fasting. So he says it's more powerful because you're only existing in your spirit. A lot of the Paul's teachings in the end of the Bible there, he talks about this quite a bit. He was big at telling everyone how to master this, to get out of the flesh and into the spirit more. And Jesus tells you that too. So the whole idea is, if you know it's everywhere, then try to eat as best as you can. Try to drink as best as you can, right? If you know, say, Cheetos, which are delicious, but they have an orange coloring, which isn't a natural color. I mean, other than an orange, it's not natural. It's any snack that's orange, you know it's bad for you. That's why they taste so good. But try to limit or cut those out completely and go for some other snacks. Maybe I've looked into even, say, Fritos, and I know there's bad stuff in that, but it seems like there's less multiple word, letter, combination, number things in it than some of these other snacks, or cut them out all together. You can go to nuts, or so you can go to crack. I don't know. Just you do you, figure it out what works best for you. But the less things you ingest that have words you can't pronounce or words and / numbers, the less going in, the more you have the chance of healing yourself and of these issues that are going on with different, in our bodies, in our lives. Because if you go through science, they're just going to say, oh, you have this symptom, take this pill. And if that caused something else, well, here's a pill for that, or an injection, or whatever. That's how they fight it. It's a never-ending battle where you'll always think you're getting better, but you're still sick. They say science is better than ever, and yet more people are overweight and sick than you can go back through history. And more people have autism and dementia and retardation and all that stuff more than ever. And they say it's because we can identify it better than we used to. I disagree with all that. I can't talk about why I disagree, but I can't. I just don't. I don't agree. And if you look into it yourselves, you'll see what I'm talking about. Speaking, let's see. Here. Speaking of which, that parlays right into this. There's a doctor arrested. He was sentenced to 45 years in prison. Why? Because he lied to his patients about them actually having cancer. He lied. He's a doctor. He probably put his hand on a Bible and took an oath. And he received $17.5 million in kickbacks from 3 chemo companies. And none of these people needed the treatment. And of course, they all died because that treatment, or I should say majority of them, that treatment, it's poison. They tell you that chemo's poison. They tell you radiation's poison, but it'll kill more of the bad cells than it will the good cells, and you'll probably survive. And this guy made it all up just for money. And he put his hand on the Bible right before he did it. And how about this story? If you're all playing along, last year's monster virus, now we got the new one, bird flu. And the first person to catch bird flu, the H5, his name is Alan Gosling. Come on, where's my guy? His name is Alan Gosling, which is the name for geese, right? A bird. I swear we're in the dead internet and AI is writing it. It just seems that way to me. I don't know. Maybe it seems that way to you too. And this one, I've been talking about this forever. And of course, finally, they're doing reports on it. That it says this is ABC, so it's got to be real. Sunlight increases your body's production of vitamin D, which fights cancer. Sunscreen has chemicals and stuff. So they're going over about how to check the label and ingredients, because some of these sunscreens, provably so,
Which has people a little frightened to use it.
They're causing cancer. Like, we've been talking about it forever, but now you can actually say it out loud because the news stations are picking up these stories that there are cancer-causing chemicals in your sunscreen. And again, you can look this up. It's out there in the mainstream. And if you're not sure what it looks like, see, that's the thing. They make it so when you put on sunscreen, it's invisible and you can't see what you're putting on yourself. But when you actually put it to a UV light, you'll see what it actually looks like. That's what it looks like. That's what you're doing to yourself. So now I just got done explaining to you that you shouldn't ingest too many bad things or drink whatever, or careful what, what's in the air and stuff or whatever. I get that. But there's so many pores and accesses into your bloodstream through your skin. God knows what this stuff is doing. So that's what you look like, even though you can't see it because it's invisible to the naked eye. But you are literally putting on a mask of whatever this stuff is all over your face, and then wondering why you're getting, skin cancer, because it's in the product. And now they're actually admitting it. It's kind of like when Subway had to admit that they put plastic in their bread because somebody busted them on it. And they're like, okay, we're not doing it anymore. It's the same thing. Wasn't it Johnson & Johnson that one of the ones that did the Operation Warp Speed? They were one of the companies. They had to pay out one of the largest sums in history because the baby powder was causing sickness in babies, and they knew about it and they kept it on the market. So this came out. We've been talking about this forever, but now it's come out because mainstream news decided it's time. Go back and look through the history of people, and how, again, I guess we're diagnosing it better because skin cancer is way up on, all these cancers are way up on the rise compared to like 20 years ago or more. When I was growing up, girls would put baby oil on to get a better tan. There was a whole generation that had those weird, what were they, like giant tinfoil things or whatever, the sun thing, whatever. There was a whole bunch throughout our movies and stuff. And now we're afraid of the sun and we're putting on things that they've proven now cause us cancer. I know I'm just scratching the surface. I know. But, I've covered all these things that just kind of circle around them as the stories come back out. Yeah. So there's that. And then they just had this, the high tech thing. I think it's in Vegas. And the new TV, which that was the only reason I want to bring this up, is it's stretchable. See how it pops out like that? See that? And of course, since I'm most likely what they call the latchkey kid, and I grew up on TV and movies, I saw this and I'm like, well, I've seen this movie before. And it was with the one and only James Woods. In that, it was a horrible movie called Videodrome, but his TV talked to him and popped out. just like it's happening in real life now. Oops. Now we get a commercial. Come on. Hurry up. Okay. Yeah, see? It's the same thing. It's literally the same thing. Of course, he falls into his TV. But isn't that part of it? That's what they want. They want us to get all of our information from the televised vision or from Wikipedia or the dead internet. That's how we'll get all our news and information now, right? Programming. Stick your face right in it. That'll be the next thing. And this, I don't know how much I could even play this thing, but it's a VHS, so probably it's good. But it is one of the greatest things you'll ever see. It's William Shatner on some ridiculous show doing karate, breaking boards.
William Shatner is about to use his unprotected elbow to break those two solid pine boards.
I don't know why I find this so amusing. It's fantastic. And then they set him up. Look at he's really struggling. And that's probably real gold. So let's see, he's gonna do the hand one. Nobody screams better than him, right? Can't you just hear him yelling "con"? And then this one, this is the best one. They light it on fire. He's going to yell "con." Let's see. It's right here. Thank God you come on fire. Come on. That's great television back then, whenever this was. So, yeah, 1982. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. Because he's one of my favorite handlers. He's the one make me believe space was real and we would go there one day. This guy. And then when they do an interview, I have it on my channel. They ask him about space and what's the difference between space as fiction and science fiction and fiction or whatever. And he says there is no difference. He tells you straight up. They have to let you know that they're deceiving you. And then you have to go ahead and still accept it and accept them. And then that's how it works because we have free will. So they can't do anything to us that we don't allow them to. And so if they tell you that space is real or that they went to Antarctica or whatever, and you can prove they lied and you accept them still, well, see, you're allowing it to happen and then it can happen. But if you use your discernment and you just step back and you realize that they're all liars, they're all fake. And for those of you that are playing along, last week I showed you a gentleman, and if you haven't seen it, you got to go back and watch last week's episode. He got stuck in one of these driverless cars, and he was heading to the airport, and it got stuck in a loop in a parking lot. You know that the beginning like a hotel and has that loop to drop off people and luggage. It got stuck in that, went round and round and round, and it's some of the funniest video you'll ever see. But apparently, and thank you, Melanie, for letting me give him the update. Apparently, he missed it. He missed his flight. So, but it's nice to, hear the ending to the story. But yeah, if you haven't checked that out, go back last week and watch it. It's fantastic. And he's probably the calmest man I've ever heard. Like, I hope to one day excel to the level of calmness that guy has. It's pretty amazing. What's next? And then this is over in Sweden. They're having a bit of a problem with charging their Teslas. Now, if you saw a line like this, each one of these Teslas to charge a car, minimum 30 minutes, but most likely a few hours. So let's just say you're going to wait this line and charge, even if you only charge, say, 20 minutes or 30 minutes. multiply that by how many cars are in this line. I mean, this is insane. Why would you even wait for this? None of this makes sense. None of it. But they're all waiting for the most likely only charging. Like they made everyone buy these cars. Okay, I've said it, I think, at least 3 times tonight. So where is he? Everyone! And they didn't have the infrastructure set up to be able to charge these things. I mean, again, if you're playing along with conspiracy theory, they want you in a 15-minute city. They don't want you driving cross country or wherever on your own anymore. Because if you were to plan a cross country trip, not only do you have to plan it to find out if they have electric charging on the way, because if you're stuck out in the middle of nowhere, good luck. You know, the Tesla charger that comes to save you if you've run out and you call on Tesla, they have a gas powered generator. So there's that. But they don't want you driving any length of time, because even if let's say you found along the route that you're going, all the electrical, it might not work for your car, because some Teslas, they're totally different charging port than other electronic vehicles. And so you might find an electronic charger, but it doesn't fit your car. Or you might have this instance. This is charging, of course, because, you know, they encourage you to charge it overnight and stuff. And it froze into the car and he can't take it out. And so the solution, of course, would be add a little bit of warm water. But now you're adding water on top of an electrical current. What could possibly go wrong? So, you know, he's very ginger about how much water he uses, or Marianne, one of them. And then he's able to finally remove this thing. So there's that too. Yeah. What's next? Oh, more sky painting. This is so air. So you've got, this is covering us now. And in addition to that, and I've seen this from a flight on my own too. In addition, they're spraying this on top of that. But that's just contrails, right? They'll probably put it on this video. It's contrails. You know, it's like if you're jogging and you turn around and you see your breath that's still floating in the air behind you. It's the same thing, but it's only certain planes. See, it's no wonder we don't get the sun anymore. There's 2 layers of this shit now. Sorry, that's the PG part. But yeah, there's 2 layers of this. It's ridiculous. Okay, let's see. I gotta stop for a second because I saw a color go by. Yeah, you like that? That's my sound effects. Where'd it go? Yeah, right. It's for having our grandson over. Thank you, Wojo. God bless you. They say 90% of electric cars are still on the road, and the other 10. Oh my goodness, that's funny. And the other 10% made it home. Wow. Okay, so I'm glad I stopped for this. You get this too. That's funny. I like that. Thank you very much for the super chat. Okay, so how do we get rid? Let's see. Hide that. Okay. Okay. What's next? Where were we? Okay, we got that. We got that. Okay, good. Yeah, right. That is a worthy for an intro, for an intro joke, isn't it? Yeah. Maybe I'll steal it. You'll hear it again. I'll write that one down. So, okay, what's next? We got a few more tabs up here. We got to cruise through. What do we got? All right, so we got that. Okay, here's your new nightmare. Apparently, crocodiles in Indonesia are now starting to pretend that they're drowning victims to lure people to lure you in as prey. Look at that. Come on. Who wouldn't? Oh my God, there's someone drowning. And it's an alligator. That's fantastic. Isn't that great? Yeah. A new nightmare coming to your town soon. If you have alligators. For my Florida people, watch out for this. That person you're trying to save might be an alligator. Or as they say in Florida, a gator. Just like Alabama, we say Bama. All right, what's next? I thought this was interesting. This lady is the what is it? She works for the IRS.
As we all know, that our U.S. tax system is a voluntary tax system, and
Yeah, Aaron Collins, the IRS National Taxpayer Advocate. I'll run it again in case you missed it.
we all know that our U.S. tax system is a voluntary tax system. And
it is? Good for me. Isn't that interesting? So they make you feel that, make sure you do it. Again, follow the government. Don't listen to me. I'm just questioning this. The same people telling you that something's going to happen bad are the same ones telling you this.
As we all know, that our U.S. tax system is a voluntary tax system.
I don't know how it's voluntary and mandatory at the same time. But, again, follow the law. Don't listen to her, even though she is the IRS National Taxpayer Advocate. So that's interesting. I just thought this was an interesting viewpoint. I'm not saying this is a giant axe that has been fossilized there. I'm just saying it's an interesting juxtaposition of photos. So we'll go with that. I thought that was interesting. And then this person has some creepy next door neighbors. Oh, we can't do the music. And there they are. It's fantastic. So there's that. And what's left? This guy got one of those bowls because his dog ate too fast. So he solved it. There's that. And is there anything else? Oh, yeah, the drones. People aren't talking about the drones anymore. I thought this was interesting. This person compared this drone. I don't know how you speed up Instagram. To Ezekiel's wheel. Right? And all these lines would have eyes and stuff. Isn't that interesting? But they keep just telling us they're drones. So it is what it is. But yeah, I thought that was an interesting comparison. Because I do believe some of these stars and stuff, they're entities of some kind. Because you can see it. Oh, I guess we're in Scary Space News. I didn't even realize it. Fine. Where is he? He's over here somewhere. I can't find him. See how I can't ever find anything? He's up here, maybe. I don't know. Can we just not play it? Oh, here he is.
This week in scary space news.
Okay. And so in Scary Space News, the Parker Solar Probe, which I have an entire video on if you want to check it out sometime on my channel. It flew by the sun, and now we're getting the data from that trip. And now they've told you what it sounds like. Even though in space there's no sound, they've created what they think is the noise, I guess, just like they create the photos. But here you go. This is the sun. So there you go. It just goes on like that for, I don't know, a few minutes. So, see, it's real because I showed it to you. So there's that. And what's left? Scientists made an insanely exciting star discovery. They discovered, it wasn't 33 this time. They discovered 44 previously unknown stars which have been hidden behind a cluster of galaxies. And where are these stars hidden? The stars are in the Dragon Arc galaxy, of course. And they're 6.5 billion light years from Earth. Of course they are, because we know this. So there you go. And there's a NASA image painting, photo or painting, as Math would say, to prove it to you. So, all right. So we're good there. We did all that, covered all that territory. We played the Sarah video, got all those things done. Yeah. All right. I think that's going to put a fork in me. That's almost 3 hours of show. So that's not bad. And yeah, I hope you were entertained. I hope you learned something. And more importantly, I hope you at least look into this idea that I talk about. Does God exist? If you haven't made a connection, it's so easy. You can do it tonight. Find a dark place, close the doors, leave your phone outside. Don't let anybody know you're doing it. And truly from your heart, ask if God exists and to show himself. And I'd be shocked if you don't get the exact experience that I got, or at least your version of it. Because it's written in scripture is that he's knocked at the door and he's just waiting for you to open it, and he'll come in and eat with you. He'll say sup with you, but it means to, have dinner with you. And so that's all I'm asking. If just one person at the sound of my voice looks into that and then, God willing, gets born again, then I've done my job tonight. And in addition, I've hopefully entertained you for 3 hours and taken your mind off the nonsense of the world, and you showed you all the fakery. And so, as God says in the Bible more than anything, don't have fear. Don't give into the fear. This whole world is built around fear. God tells you, fear nothing but God. Makes sense to me. It's like a parent. You wouldn't want your child running across a highway, so you probably yell at him, scold him, and maybe admonish him if he keeps trying to do it. That's all he does. He's here. He loves us. We're all his children. It doesn't matter how you were born or raised. Once you find the truth, I learned this reading through Paul, but Jesus is the way. And he was a guy that he used to go around torturing people that talked like this and killing people. And then he had his moment, just like I've had and others have too. And you suddenly realize that the truth of the world, and it's like waking up in the Matrix, Okay, I'm back. See, you talk too much God and it's Satan's airways. He shuts you down. So here's what I'll say. Just look into it yourselves. And I usually tell people that your results may vary. But when it comes to this, no, your results will be the same. And so, dear Lord, please watch over us and guide us through these times. We need you now more than ever. And please send the information in front of anyone that needs to see it so that they reach out and ask to see you, to talk to you, to have a relationship with you. And as I've read, if just one person does that tonight, then I've done my job tonight. But dear Lord, please continue to guide us through these times. Give us the patience, the love, and the joy in our hearts to enjoy our life here, and the patience to wait for others to see the true word of God, the true meaning of life, and that we're all brothers and sisters in Christ, and you're here, and you're just waiting for us to make that relationship. And you've promised to watch over us and protect us. And please do that with us, with our family, with our friends, with our neighbors. Guide us through these times with love and joy, with healing. Help us throughout all of our suffering. And we know that you've promised that you'll take all that away. And we look forward to that day. And thank you very much for this gathering. In Jesus' name, amen. Okay. All right. Well, having said that, you get, where is he? You get this, he said with a knife in his leg.
Glass is
Dismissed.
Okay, and then let's do this again sooner, and if not by next Friday, let's gather again today, like we did tonight, and have a wonderful week, and take care, everyone, and stay out of harm's way. And thank you all for being here. God bless you. Good night.
I'm the satellite.
$500 years ago, everybody knew the Earth was flat.
Satellite transfer complete.